This guy, I'm breaking it down very, very simply, had a choice. Enforce mask policy or don't.
True.
Now, just because his motivation for doing so was external coercive pressures does not mean he didn't want to do it. He wanted to more than anything else.
You're highlighting the major issue here, which is that the government is putting us all over the fire. They're saying basically, if you want to drill all the way down what you're saying there, what you're saying is that guy wants to feed his kids. And the risk is he's like, look, I can feed my kids, or I can come out on the mic and be like, please put your masks on.
I think that
and that's a terrible, horrible, crappy thing to do to a guy, a private citizen, a guy just working. I hate the fact that he's been deputized to enforce this nonsense by threat of starvation of his children.
Well, but see that yes.
What are you going to do if someone said to you, basically, do this or your kids are going to starve, Tim? Where are your morals then?
Let there be troubles in my day so that my children will know peace. Thomas Paine said that in Common Sense. Yep. Anybody who's willing to sacrifice the future of their children doesn't actually care about them. Look, I get it. They say, Tim, you don't have kids. You don't understand. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just tell you this. I tried quitting Fusion. You know, when I worked there and they were doing woke garbage, I went to the president and said, cut my contract. I don't want to be a part of this. Yeah. And he said, well, you know, we'll come back. We'll talk about it. So I couldn't do anything. And I can respect that. Like, I did not agree to enter a woke company and do woke garbage. And then once they started doing that, I said, I won't do it. And so I didn't do it. And they basically just had me in golden handcuffs. If I was a pilot and they said, do this, I'd say no.
And they'd be like, well, they'd fire you right away.
Okay, fantastic. Great.
But it's not fantastic for people. That's the problem.
I understand.
I don't care.
I understand this black and white like division. I get it. I totally get it. And I'm in a luxury position where I can make the same statement. Most people are not. Most people are not. And in fact, my luxury is running out because the mandate now is going to be that all varsity athletes in high school have to get a vaccine in Montgomery County, Maryland, where my kids go to school. My son is a high school baseball player. My daughter is a high school rower. And if they want to continue on in the sport that they love, playing for the school that they like and that they go to, they're going to have to get the vaccine. What am I going to do? What do I do then, Tim? I tell my kids, forget baseball, forget crew.
Yes.
Man, I wish
you love the system.
I wish it were that easy.
You love the system more.
No.
Then tell your kids not to play baseball.
What?
Dude.
That's like telling you not to wear a beanie and not to do this show.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is exactly that.
No one's mandating I get vaccinated to do this show.
But if somebody put a gun to your head and said, look, you're going to die or you have to take off your beanie, excuse me.
I'd take it off.
That's the same thing for a kid in high school who wants to play varsity sports, who his whole life as a kid has been like, I want to play varsity baseball.
Baseball is not real life. Baseball is not survival. Baseball is something.
Trains
is a passion.
people to become adults, and it is a path to success. Is a path to scholarships.
And you care more about that than your kids.
No, I care about my kids because those things are valuable.
You care more about the fact they could play baseball than the health and choices of your kids and their freedom. If I went to a skate park,
first of all, they don't have the vaccine.
If I went to a skate park and they said you can't come to a skate park unless you're vaccinated, I'd be like, I ain't going to skate park.
I know, but
I will go into a parking lot.
Go to another parking lot. There's no other place to play varsity sports.
Then stop playing. You see, this is it. If you give people something, they will have something to lose, and you will own them. That's from the villain in Fast and Furious 4.
So your solution is to never have anything valuable to you.
No, that's a Kathy Newman.
Get out of here. That's an inside joke, and that was a major insult. You ready to go?
I didn't say you can never have anything valuable. I'm saying when your family's being coerced, you stand up and say no. And what you're saying is, well, they're going to make my kids do it, and the system in place that they control and the things they've given me are more important than my sovereignty. So be it. You can choose to live.
Not that simple, dude.
You can buy a farm. You can choose to work hard and be.
It's not that simple, man. You know what? I wish I had that simplicity. If it were up to me, they'd be homeschooled and playing private club ball all the time. But guess what? I've been divorced for 12 years. I don't have sovereignty over that particular issue. I can't just pick my kids up and move them across the country.
Right.
I don't have sovereignty.
Yes.
So what am I supposed to do?
Your issue is that the decision over your kids and the school they go to isn't yours.
Correct.
It's the state's due to a conflict with an
Yes.
ex-wife.
Yes. So the whole system has got me down, man. And so what am I supposed to do? Is my line in the sand going to be taking away from my children the thing that they love the most?
Well, well, I don't. Do you want to say how?
14
they're
and
minors.
16.
If it was me,
Yeah.
I would do it in 2 seconds.
You would tell your kid that you have been coaching in baseball your whole life, that you have taught how to throw, how to pitch, how to bat, and you've talked your whole life about them being on a varsity sport and going into college to play Division I baseball, and you would look them in the eye and be like, just throw that away because daddy's got a political position?
You think your kids being forced to undergo a medical treatment is a political position?
The statistics show very clearly that if you take the vaccine, you're pretty much going to be fine. The statistics also show if you don't take the vaccine, you're pretty much going to be fine. So I know that this is nothing but bullying. It's nothing but bullying. And they have found that open wound, that open nerve, that one thing that I can't fight, which is the happiness and success and fulfillment that my children feel.
They won. You're
Dude,
a slave.
They've won. I know this.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do about that?
Tell your kids stop playing baseball.
Dude, just wait till you look your own 16-year-old in the eye and
That's
be like,
fair.
daddy's got a political point to make, so you have to be miserable.
No, that's an oversimplification.
No, it's
It is-
not.
Yeah, it is. It's fair to say I don't have kids, so perhaps I don't share, understand the emotion you're feeling. But let there be troubles in my day, so that my children will know peace. It's not a political position to defend freedom and stand up against tyranny. That is a responsibility, especially for an American. But being Division I baseball and being a successful baseball player is more important than choose that and just
God,
say
you're
it.
so simplifying it, man. Sometimes men and boys and men need a vocation in order to become a mature adult. And right now, for my son in particular, being a baseball player is how he's learning responsibility, how he's learning discipline, how he's building his body, how he's learning about nutrition, how he's learning about risk taking, how he's learning about courage, strength, loyalty, being a good teammate,
What's more
competitive. All those things are more important.
They're more important than personal freedom and sovereignty.
When I don't have a choice.
You do have a choice. You just don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit it, bro.
No, actually, at the end of the day, I'm not going to have a choice. You know why?
Why?
Because if I take this all the way down to the final road, she's going to go to the court. She's going to get a court order. The court's going to bring in their physician. The pediatrician is going to say that the kids should get the vaccine, and the judge is going to order it, and that's going to be that.
And you'll have stood your ground.